Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Lenny Robbins YouTube channel, Know Your Politics. Let's come together to create a better understanding for each other by listening and watching what our politicians do and say. As I've always said and will continue to say, the politicians and the elites of the society, their existence is never challenged, and their existence is not in question here. It is up to us as the ordinary citizens to make sure that we keep on top of what is happening politically and in terms of the quality of governance that we get and the service that we receive from our varying government departments, because it's always our existence that is challenged. It's always our existence that is in question. I take the time out this morning because I want to make reference to a couple of comments that I noticed on YouTube that, of course, in regards to the post-Melissa hurricane destruction response by the government of Jamaica. And there's a lot of comments that the government is not doing what they're supposed to do. The government is really not reaching out to the poorest of the poor. The government is wicked. The government does not love Jamaica. And the government is all sort of stuff, especially Andrew Holness, the leader. Now, what bothers me here is the fact that I've been saying this for a very long time, and always in my opening comments. Let us come together to create a better understanding for all of us, because none of us knows it all. But I notice it falls on deaf ear, because a lot of people doesn't seem so care about that. They just want to know that they hate the PNP or they hate the JLP. So whatever I have to say against the PNP, I'll say it. Whatever I have to say against the JLP, I'll say it. But I know there's going to come a time and a day when people are going to realize, and everyone will realize, that there's no democracy without togetherness. There's no society without togetherness. There's no growth and development for a nation if there's no togetherness. And I just want to throw something out there for the people who are commenting that the government is not reaching out to the poor of the poorest, and the government is doing nothing, and the government is wicked, and the government and Holness is this and all sort of crap. I've noticed immediately in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina Hurricane Melissa within a couple of days, our entertainment fraternity flew down to Jamaica, shipped down a lot of stuff, take down a lot of money, and they do what they can do. And there was all highlights of them on YouTube, different times, different dates, and all of that. But the response there was an individual response. It was not a togetherness response. It was an individual response. They highlight Shaggy, they highlight Bojo, they highlight Spice and some other people I can recall. Beenie Man, everybody doing their personal thing. And everybody had their comment about government, this government, not that, government, all sort of stuff. But here's my call to everyone on YouTube. Who is on the platform, who is off the platform? Here's my call to one and all, including myself. Instead of us wasting our time blaming government for not reaching out to the poor of the poorest, and for not doing this and for not doing that, and for not distributing the thing that they have and all that they get to distribute, why not let us come together and create our own post-Melissa, Hurricane Melissa distribution organization? Why not let us come together and do it? I'm sure we can create that organization with two targets in mind. And I said if we set a financial target of $4 million US, and you ask each of us, Jamaicans home and abroad who can afford it, for $100 US contribution toward this organization to build back Jamaica, get it on its feet, and so we can reach to the poor of the poorest instead of blaming the government, I'm quite sure That would be a better approach to help solving the sufferings of the poor, of the poorest in Jamaica, who are highlighted as not receiving any government help. We can also invite people, because I'm sure we can also speak to the government, get their permission to legalize this organization just for the response. This is going to run for a 2-year or 1 hour, 18 months period to help Jamaicans get back on their feet. And get government to give us a license to import things. To send down barrel legally to Jamaica for this purpose. And we can also have members from the diaspora fly down to Jamaica to help create this committee. So we have local people monitoring, and we have international people monitoring. And I'm sure if we're serious, we can track all that is being shipped in together to Jamaica on a daily basis. All the money that is sent to a fund can be tracked. All the money that is sent, all the barrels that is shipped can be tracked. So wherever we are in the world as contributors or as part of that committee, we can monitor this. All we would need to do is set up warehouses. Warehouses in different sections of the parishes across Jamaica. Create our own distribution logistics. Do our own ground research, what people need, what are the most important thing to them. Then we can get that thing done. And I find this is a better way for us to highlight government's failure than to be blaming government and can't provide the evidence. Now we can do it if we want to. We surely can do it. Instead of sitting here and blaming government and we have no evidence to support that government is not doing this and government is not doing that. Let us try, as I said, let us try and create that community for ourselves and try to do it. Then we will realize some of the things, why government is not out there yet. People are saying they haven't seen any government representative. Because you can't go everywhere out all the time. It takes a whole lot of logistic understanding and calculation for that to work out. And even months after, there's places that they still won't reach. But my call to all Jamaicans is, let us, since you want to blame government and you're saying government is wicked, Andrew Holness is this, Andrew Holness don't love Jamaica, the JLP government needs to go and all of these things, let us create our own distribution organization, registered for the next 2 years, so we can ship and fund a program to get things and distribute things across the island to the poorest of the poor, or the neediest of the needy. And let us work out the logistics and see what understanding we walk away with. For all you people who are blaming government, cut your crap. And I hope you're ready to be a part of this organization. Because I'm calling on all YouTube bloggers who are making their money from political parties. Now is the time. You're talking about the betterment of Jamaica. Now is the time to contribute to an effort that will make Jamaica better. Because there's nothing going to happen to Jamaica to make it better unless we do it together. There's no way it can be done individually. Andre Stevens was out distributing a whole lot of crap. How is Jamaica better, Andre Stevens? It's only better. It only makes the people you give to better lives better for a week. What about the people who are 50 miles away from you? Or from any other person who goes there individually? Yeah, we can say we do this, but like I said, government distribution plan, government role in all of this is not an individual thing. It's for the collectiveness of the nation, the benefit of the nation. And yes, you go to a community as a person and deliver what you deliver. How many communities have you gone to after the hurricane and that? How many communities one has gone to? And like a person who has distributed in, who have gone out there personally to distribute stuff. Name me 5 constituency you have gone to right across Jamaica. Not in one parish, but across Jamaica. It's difficult for you to do that. And it ain't any easier for the government to do it because the government made it clear they were not even prepared for a Category 4 hurricane, much more a Category 5. So I'm throwing down the gauntlet to all of us YouTube bloggers. Those of us making money and those of who are not making money. $100. And I'd like anyone to take up the challenge so we can start creating this committee. Who want to head it up, head it up. We call in members of the diaspora. We're getting all Jamaicans home and abroad together. We seek members in Jamaica. We seek members from the diaspora to come get on board, be official executive members of this organization. $100 contribution toward this fund, and we want to run this organization for 2 years. Get it legitimized, legally registered by the government of Jamaica, so we can get the stuff down to people who really need it. And we do the logistic works out, the logistic distribution and all of that for people. So we have no time to waste and blame government. That way we shine a light on government's failure. Let us stop waste time blaming government, cut the bullshit and get up and get up off our lazy rump. And start to build a Jamaica, a better Jamaica. If we're talking about the building of Jamaica and the betterment of Jamaica, then we have to do it together. No PMP can do it by themselves. No JLP is going to do it by themselves. As I said in my opening comment, there's no democracy without togetherness. There's no society without togetherness. There's no better life without country without togetherness. Togetherness is the key. One people, one nation. That's the key for success. Ladies and gentlemen, I could go on with this, and because it hurts me to see, instead of us blaming government or blaming someone else for what is not and what it should be or what is not being done or what is done, why not let's be a part of the solution? Why don't we become a part of the solution together? Together. Maybe then some of you will understand what it means, what I mean, or what I meant by saying PMP cannot make Jamaica a better place, or JLP won't ever make it a better place. No way either of them can make it a better place by themselves, or the standalone government. It has to be a together thing. Bipartisan effort across the board. I dare all of you to come together. Let us all come together then, since Andrew Holness is a wicked and a thief and a liar and corrupt and doesn't deserve to be Prime Minister and doesn't love Jamaica. And the same thing is said of Mark Golan. Alright, since that is all true, then why not let us come together? I'm throwing down the gauntlet for all of us out there, on YouTube, off YouTube, whoever we are. Let us come together. Let me hear you comment in this video column. Are you willing to become a part of that committee? Are you willing? And I'm challenging everyone out there, because I'm sure if I get 10 responses that, oh yes, we're willing to be, I get enough. I get enough. Because togetherness is not a part of our culture. It is not a part of our culture. What is our culture is to do things individually. So we individually benefit. I stand out. I look good. I look better than you. I did more than you. That's what is our culture. That is a part of our culture. And that is our culture. That is how our political culture and the social culture of the nation is. Because that's how the brainwash work. It doesn't brainwash to think together. It brainwashes us to think for ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lenny Robbins YouTube show. Let us come together to create a better understanding for each other by watching and listening to what our politicians say. As I said before, and will always continue to say, politicians and the people in the society, the haves, the elites of the society, their existence is never threatened. Their existence is never challenged. It is only us, the common people, the poor people, or the poorest of the poorest, the needy of the needy, whose existence are challenged and whose existence is in question, is questionable. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to really, if you see this video, um, subscribe to this video. I need this subscription to grow because, like I said, I'm not here very often because I study and work, but so far as I see it, I know I'll be able to spend a lot more time in the short run because studies is coming up to a close in a couple of months from now. And once that is over, I'll be able to get into a lot more detail on issues that affects the nation. Because right now, you don't hear much. All we're hearing talking about much that we are talking about. I mean, you don't hear much about the people. What has been planned are put in place for the people who are suffering, the poorest of the poor. You don't hear much about that. We don't hear much about the people who are suffering or on the brinks of are becoming vulnerable to what is called multidimensional poverty. We don't hear about the people who are on the brink of not being able to access quality education. I mean, affordable education, affordable healthcare, affordable transportation, affordable everything, affordable food. We're not hearing about these things. What we're hearing about is what the way the government is this and the government is that, or the government is corrupt, or Mark Golan that, Andrew Holness that, and all of these things. That is what we are hearing about. We're hearing from the Bank of Jamaica how they're trying to hold interest rates steady. They're trying to keep certain things at certain margin and non-performing loans at certain margin and all those things. That is what we're hearing about. How does that affect how does that benefit the man who is poor and don't I'm not sure about dinner tomorrow. So ladies and gentlemen, listen. Let us come together to create a better understanding for each other. We must watch what these politicians do and what they say. Let us not fool ourselves because they're crowding us with a lot of information that doesn't mean one crap to the poorer class of people of Jamaica. Lenny Robbins YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Share it. Comment. Give it a thumbs up. Whatever you want to do. Critique whatever you want to say. It only serves to make us better. Ladies and gentlemen, blessed love Jamaica.